Russian military cargo plane lands in Tehran amid rising tensions. In breaking news, just a short while ago, a Russian military cargo aircraft, the IL-76, landed at Tehran's Mehrabad International Airport. The unexpected arrival of this large military transport plane has already set off speculation, fueling questions about Moscow's growing military coordination with Iran at a time when regional tensions are at their peak. The IL-76, a Soviet-designed heavy transport aircraft, has long been a backbone of Russia's military logistics. Known for its capacity to carry large quantities of cargo, troops, or even specialized equipment, its sudden appearance in Tehran is not being seen as a routine landing. Instead, analysts suggest that it could be part of a significant and strategic collaboration between Russia and Iran. Details of the landing. According to flight tracking sources and local reporters in Tehran, the IL-76 entered Iranian airspace from the north and landed under heightened security at Mehrabad Airport. Security forces quickly surrounded the runway area, preventing civilian access and restricting photography. No official statement has yet been released by Iranian authorities about the purpose of the visit, but unofficial reports suggest that the cargo on board may include advanced weapon systems, spare parts, or military technology. This development comes at a sensitive moment. Iran is under intense pressure due to its growing confrontation with Israel, particularly following missile exchanges and escalations in recent weeks. Russia, meanwhile, is dealing with its own protracted conflict in Ukraine and faces Western sanctions. This landing may indicate deeper cooperation between the two states, cooperation that could alter the strategic balance in the Middle East. Possible military cargo. What exactly was inside the Russian IL-76 remains unknown, but military experts believe several possibilities exist. 1. Air defense systems or components. Russia has previously supported Iran's defense with systems like the S-300. More shipments could mean upgrades to Tehran's air defense grid at a time of heightened Israeli air activity. 2. Drone or missile technology. Iran has provided Russia with drones used in Ukraine. The return of cargo aircraft could be delivering advanced equipment in exchange for those shipments, or even parts for collaborative development. 3. Humanitarian or civilian aid. A less likely but still possible scenario is that the plane carried civilian supplies, though the secrecy and military designation of the aircraft make this unlikely. Regional and global reactions. Regional powers are expected to respond swiftly. Israel will likely see this as a direct threat, interpreting the Russian aircraft's arrival as part of an arms deal designed to strengthen Iran's hand. The United States, already critical of Moscow-Iran cooperation, may issue new warnings or even impose additional sanctions. For Iran, the timing is strategic. Hosting a Russian military aircraft so openly sends a signal of defiance to the West. It also demonstrates that Tehran is not isolated but has powerful allies willing to stand with it, even amid sanctions and political pressure. For Russia, the visit underscores Moscow's effort to build alliances outside the Western orbit. With Europe and the United States against it over Ukraine, deepening ties with Iran, a nation with shared grievances against Washington, fits into Russia's broader foreign policy strategy. Historical context. It is not the first time Russian aircraft have landed in Iran, but this landing is significant because of the geopolitical climate. Iran and Russia's military cooperation has steadily grown since the Syrian civil war, where both nations supported the Assad regime. Since then, joint drills, defense deals, and technology transfers have expanded the relationship. The Ukraine war added another layer. With Russia relying on Iranian drones and potentially seeking ballistic missile supplies, Tehran has gained leverage over Moscow. The IL-76 landing could be evidence of barter agreements, Iranian drones for Russian aircraft technology or air defense upgrades. Speculation about future cooperation. Analysts now question whether this is the beginning of a larger pattern. Could more Russian cargo planes be expected in Iran in the coming days? Will Tehran use this moment to strengthen its military arsenal before a possible escalation with Israel? Military observers also raise another possibility, that Russian advisors or specialists may have been on board, potentially to coordinate training or to oversee the installation of new equipment. If true, it would represent an even deeper level of cooperation than previously confirmed. Impact on Israel and the U.S. For Israel, the implications are troubling. A stronger Iranian air defense or missile capability complicates Israel's military planning. Israel has frequently carried out airstrikes in Syria and sometimes in Iran's vicinity to curb arms transfers. With Russian support arriving directly in Tehran, Israel may find its options increasingly limited. For the US, this event adds fuel to its narrative that Russia and Iran are forming a dangerous military axis. Washington has repeatedly warned that Iran's drone program and Russia's arms deals threaten stability. Expect new rhetoric and possibly fresh sanctions in the coming days. Voices on the ground. Local reports from Tehran suggest that the aircraft's landing was accompanied by a visible military presence. Witnesses said convoys of trucks entered the airport shortly after the IL-76 touched down, suggesting the rapid transfer of cargo. Some speculate that the cargo was taken directly to secure Revolutionary Guard facilities outside Tehran. International analysts caution that until more details are officially confirmed, the true nature of the cargo remains unknown. But the secrecy, timing, and geopolitical climate leave little doubt that this is a matter of global importance. The bigger picture. The landing of a Russian IL-76 in Tehran represents more than just one aircraft on one runway. It highlights the shifting alliances of the 21st century, alliances built not only on shared interests but on shared opposition to Western dominance. As Iran faces pressure over its regional policies and nuclear program, and Russia faces isolation due to the Ukraine war, both countries find common ground in standing together. This military landing may be one of many steps toward a more formalized defense pact, one that could reshape the balance of power in both Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Conclusion. Tonight, Tehran is abuzz with speculation, and global capitals are closely watching. The Russian IL-76's landing at Mehrabad is not an isolated incident, but part of a much larger and dangerous geopolitical chessboard. Is this simply an arms transfer? Or is it a prelude to something bigger, joint operations, new defense agreements, or even a military alliance? For now, the world waits for official confirmation. But one thing is clear, the arrival of a Russian military cargo plane in Iran has already sent shockwaves across the globe.